all the haters last night, their storyline was that you were moving around a lot. Just
Boxing?
I know, I just don't get it.
I'm a little disappointed, but I also know how good he is.
How can he take it easy? The whole world is watching. There's not a chance he's going to make it look like this guy can box with him.
Can you imagine if Jake...
Stop everything, because what happened after the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua knockout is far more explosive than anything that happened inside the ring. What if we told you that the punch that shattered Jake Paul's jaw may have also ignited a legal war that nobody saw coming? A war filled with courtroom apologies, secret meetings, leaked conversations, and whispers of betrayal that are now shaking the boxing world to its core. Last night, the knockout wasn't the end, it was the beginning. Behind closed doors, insiders claim emotions boiled over, tempers exploded, and lawyers were suddenly brought into a situation that was supposed to be just a fight. Social media is already on fire, with fans screaming rigged, setup, and deal gone wrong, while others insist something far darker is being covered up. Why was Jake Paul seen leaving a private legal office hours after the fight? Why did certain footage mysteriously disappear from social platforms? And why are sources now claiming Anthony Joshua's camp is in full damage control mode? This isn't just about a broken jaw anymore. It's about broken trust, shattered expectations, and a bombshell lawsuit that could change how celebrity boxing is viewed forever. And trust us, the truth that's about to come out, nobody is ready for it. To understand why the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fallout exploded the way it did, you have to go back years, long before the bell rang and long before the knockout shattered more than just a jaw. This wasn't just a fight. This was destiny colliding with ego. Jake Paul has spent years walking a razor's edge between fame and fury. From YouTube villain to self-proclaimed boxing disruptor, he built his career on controversy, chaos, and calculated provocation. Every fight came with whispers, rigged, scripted, protected. Jake thrived on it. The hate fueled him. The doubt made him louder. Anthony Joshua, on the other hand, represents the complete opposite. A two-time heavyweight world champion, Olympic gold medalist, a man molded by discipline, legacy, and relentless pressure. Joshua didn't chase controversy. Controversy chased him. Every loss magnified, every win questioned. His reputation was built on credibility, and that made this matchup dangerous from the start. For months, insiders warned this collision was a ticking time bomb. Jake wanted legitimacy. Joshua wanted silence, the kind that only a knockout delivers. But beneath the surface, tension was already brewing. Jake's camp allegedly believed this fight would be controlled. Joshua's team reportedly rejected any suggestion of restraint. That clash of expectations planted the seed for disaster. Add Netflix's global spotlight, millions of dollars on the line, and a fan base starving for chaos, and the outcome was inevitable. This wasn't just two fighters meeting in a ring. It was credibility versus clout, legacy versus spectacle, and truth versus narrative. From the moment this fight was announced, one thing was clear. Someone was going to walk away broken, and the fallout would be even more brutal than the fight itself. The real explosion didn't happen under the bright lights of the arena. It happened minutes after the knockout, deep inside a restricted hallway where cameras weren't supposed to be rolling. According to alleged insiders, Jake Paul was still dazed, jaw swollen, eyes burning with shock when the first confrontation erupted. Voices were raised. Doors were slammed. Security suddenly tightened. Something had gone terribly wrong. Sources claim Jake's camp believed the fight would unfold differently. Not easier, just controlled. But the moment Anthony Joshua's right hand landed clean, everything shattered. Jake reportedly screamed that expectations had been ignored while his team frantically demanded answers. Witnesses say the atmosphere turned toxic, confusion morphing into fury in seconds. Then came the leaks. Screenshots began circulating online from an alleged private group chat labeled AJJP Fight Ops. One message, supposedly sent hours before the bout, read, "Let's keep this professional. No unnecessary damage." Another reply followed, "I fight to win. Period." Within minutes, #deal gone wrong and #Joshua ignored the plan started trending. Fans went feral. Some accused betrayal. Others demanded proof. Jake's expression during the post-fight walkout, icy, silent, furious, suddenly made sense. But the first real twist came late that night. A blurred photo surfaced showing Jake Paul entering a private legal office at 2:17 a.m., still wearing a compression wrap around his face. No statement, no explanation, just silence. Then, an anonymous source dropped a chilling line to a boxing reporter. This isn't about the punch. It's about what was promised and what was broken. And just like that, the narrative shifted. This wasn't just a loss anymore. It was the beginning of a war nobody expected, and the worst part hadn't even leaked yet. Just when the internet thought it had reached peak chaos, a second twist detonated the entire narrative, and this one flipped the story on its head. Early the next morning, a so-called medical source leaked a claim that sent shockwaves through boxing media. Jake Paul's jaw injury, they alleged, was far worse than initially reported, and internal documents suggested the damage occurred earlier than the official knockout moment. Within minutes, timelines were rewritten. Did the fight continue after a critical injury? And if so, who knew and who stayed silent? A viral Twitter thread from an account claiming to be a ringside official exploded overnight. I've never seen confusion like that between rounds. Something was off. Very off. Another post followed seconds later. Doctors were arguing. Someone kept saying, "We're already too deep." Celebrities jumped in. One retired champ tweeted a single word, "uncomfortable." A-list influencers reposted slow-motion clips, circling frames, zooming in on Joshua's corner, insisting something was being hidden in plain sight. Then came the industry backlash. Anonymous promoters whispered to reporters that this fight had become a liability. Broadcasters allegedly demanded internal reviews. A leaked email headline surfaced online reading, "We need to get ahead of this, now." But the most chilling moment came when Jake Paul broke his silence with a cryptic Instagram story. Black screen, white text, 6 words. The truth always surfaces. Always. No names. No explanation. Just a warning. Suddenly, this wasn't about a knockout. It was about who knew what and when. And as lawyers, doctors, promoters, and fans all pointed fingers at each other, one terrifying question hung in the air. If this isn't the full story, what are they still hiding? By the time the sun came up, the internet was already at war with itself. Every platform became a battlefield, every comment section a courtroom, and every fan a self-appointed investigator. This wasn't just trending, it was consuming everything. On X, the divide was brutal. One side screamed, "Jake knew the risk, stop crying now." The other fired back, "Nobody signs up to be permanently damaged." Threads stretched into the thousands, dissecting frame-by-frame footage, body language, corner reactions, even the referee's eye movements. Every second of the fight was suddenly evidence. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag justice for Jake. Hashtag Joshua did nothing wrong. Hashtag expose the truth. Hashtag boxing is broken. Celebrities poured gasoline on the fire. A former UFC champion posted, "Seen this before. When money's involved, truth gets blurry." A famous sports influencer countered, "If you step in with a heavyweight monster, expect heavyweight consequences." Even mainstream outlets jumped in with breaking news banners reading, "Questions mount after Paul, Joshua bout, was everything disclosed?" Legal fallout looms. Inside the industry, panic quietly brewed. Anonymous trainers told reporters this fight could change matchmaking forever. Promoters whispered that future crossover bouts might face new restrictions or outright bans. And behind closed doors, executives reportedly argued over one terrifying possibility. What if the public stops believing any of it? Supporters say Jake is being punished for daring to step up. Haters say he's rewriting the rules only after losing. And right in the middle of that chaos, one dangerous idea keeps growing louder by the hour. If this fight wasn't exactly what we were told, how many others weren't either? And that question alone may be more explosive than any punch ever thrown. Just when it seemed the chaos couldn't spiral any further, one final revelation detonated everything that came before it. And this time, it didn't come from Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, or the media. It came from an anonymous legal filing that surfaced briefly online and then vanished. According to screenshots shared by multiple accounts before being taken down, the document referenced a pre-event risk disclosure addendum that was allegedly amended hours before the fight. The language was vague. The signatures were partially redacted. But one line sent chills through the boxing world. All parties acknowledge unforeseen outcomes beyond verbal understanding. Beyond verbal understanding. What does that even mean? Insiders immediately began whispering that this wasn't about rigging a fight. It was about protecting narratives. About who controls the story when millions are watching. About what gets said publicly and what's buried quietly in legal language. Then came the final blow. a respected investigative journalist posted, and quickly deleted, a tweet that read, "I've reviewed materials I can't publish yet. This story is not over. Not even close." No clarification. No follow-up. Just silence. Meanwhile, sources claim Jake Paul's inner circle is preparing a calculated counterstrike, not against Joshua directly, but against the system that allowed this moment to happen. Anthony Joshua's camp, on the other hand, has reportedly gone into lockdown, declining interviews and canceling appearances at the last minute. Two camps, two versions of reality, and a truth that hasn't fully surfaced. Because the real question isn't who won the fight, it's who controls what happens next. And with sealed documents, quiet meetings, and one final leak rumored to be imminent, one thing is absolutely certain. This story isn't finished. It's only loading its next punch. Now it's your turn. We want to hear from you. Do you think Jake Paul was treated unfairly, or was this just the harsh reality of stepping into the ring with a world-class heavyweight? Was Anthony Joshua playing it safe, or is there more to the story than anyone is letting on? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We are reading every single one. Smash that like button if you want more behind-the-scenes revelations, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you're the first to see our next explosive update. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming. Insider documents, shocking leaks, and a twist that could change everything you thought you knew about this fight are just around the corner. The drama is far from over, and the next chapter is going to leave everyone speechless.